What up, everybody? It's your boy Sack the King up in this motherfucker, man. Back with another video. And as y'all can see from the thumbnail and the title, P. Diddy apologizes. Do you believe him? Now, before I get all into this video, man, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. I'm giving away $300 to a random subscriber once I reach 1,000. So make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that share, make sure y'all hit these comments and tell me if y'all believe him. Now, he issued out about a minute-long apology, and not once did he mention Cassie's name. So, you know, people are saying, hey, he didn't mention Cassie's name. Like, honestly, you're not going to satisfy anybody. If he would have came out and said everybody's name who he probably did wrong, y'all would probably still have the same comments for him. Again, before I get into any more commentary about this, I'm not condoning anything that happened in that video. So please do not take it that way. But if you're watching this and you have had a physical altercation with somebody that you were in a relationship with, a situationship with, a marriage, or even a fling with, then you have to hold yourself accountable too before you crucify this guy. Now, I said from the very start, all right, I said from the very start on record, y'all can go back a few months and watch my video, I believe everything that Cassie said to be true. This is before we seen any videos, okay? That's just my personal perception. But I'm not going to sit here and act like Cassie is a complete victim either. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because I don't want this being taken out of context. Because, it's easy for a man to say you should have left, which everybody has the right to leave at any given time. Maybe not at that point in time, but it's not like she was chained up in a motherfucking cellar anywhere. So at some point, you enable somebody to do this kind of stuff to you, whether it be right or wrong. You know what I mean? And again, I am not condoning anything that he did or is accused of. Like I said, I believe Cassie. But, back to his apology, he didn't name her by name. He did say that he had went to therapy for it. He was disgusted. He's sorry and all this other shit. Now, I think that he is sorry because he got caught. I'm going to just go ahead and keep it a band with y'all. I don't believe that he's completely sorry that it happened. Maybe he was, because I cannot speak for him. I do not know what is really in his heart. You know what I'm saying? And neither do anybody watching this video. And, may God, cast the first stone on somebody who's perfect, or, however the saying goes. Nobody here is perfect, bro. And again, I'm not condoning anything he did, but we know what we seen on video was fucked up and it was uncalled for and unjustified by any means. It doesn't matter how mad you get. But I guarantee you that there's people out there watching this video that have done something bad to somebody that might not be anything physical violence against a woman, but you probably have done something to somebody else that somebody else might look at you the same way. You feel me? We can run through all kinds of scenarios. So my point is nobody's perfect, including myself. So I can't sit here and crucify this man, but I can have an observational opinion based on what I seen, which is his apology, and based on what I seen off of the video. And, I was having a talk with my son today, about situations like this. And I said, nobody cares about the action. We only remember and care about the reaction. Not to say that what he did was right, but it does leave you to wonder what in the fuck made him so mad that he had to chase her down in a towel with some weird ass looking socks on and do that to her. Like, I want to know the backstory of that situation, and we'll never know, you know what I'm saying? But it still doesn't excuse it or justify it at all. But my point is that you gotta think sometimes and not make short-term decisions that are gonna have long-term effects. And this is catching up to him, And this is why I believe that he's sorry he got caught and that it's on camera and how it looks. Because he could have had plenty of years since then to come out and say, hey, you know what? He could have commented when people ask him, "Hey, what happened with you and Cassie?" He could have came out and owned his own truth and said, "You know what, man? Me and her had a real rocky relationship. There was physicality on both ends, on my end, on her end, and it just wasn't working out." And or whatever, you feel me? But because when you own your truth from the beginning, nobody can come later on and everybody's gonna have an opinion regardless. This is the internet, like, you feel me? But the fact that he never did any of that, which, it is still their business at the end of the day. Even if it is made public, at the end of the day, it's still their business. It just happens to be in the public because they're celebrities. People are going through this shit all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I know people who have been in all kind of physical altercations, men on women and women on men. I told y'all stories before. I've been in physical altercations with some of my exes. It didn't get to the levels like that. Now, here's another point. When you do something and you're caught for it, right? You allow that person to have the narrative in their favor. Meaning, we seen what we seen on tape. You feel me? And again, I said from the jump, I believe everything that I read in that indictment or that affidavit that Cassie and her lawyer came up with. So I'm not saying that she's a liar, but I will say this. If you let's just break it down to the bare minimum, right? If you and your girl have a argument and you start screaming on her, or you and your man have an argument and you start screaming on him, right? He has the control to say, man, you see how crazy this bitch be acting? Girl, you see how crazy this nigga be acting? He's always screaming on me. He's always doing this too. And it might have been just that one time that you were seen screaming on a man or you screaming on a female. And now they can go back and run with the narrative that you probably beat them, even if it's not true. So, because nobody cares about the action, they only care about the reaction. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be putting yourself in situations like that where, and it took me many years to get to this level of thinking, you know what I mean? To where I can share this information and knowledge with other people that, the old saying goes, like, when two people are shouting at each other in public, you don't know who the clown is. You know what I mean? You don't know who's right or wrong in the situation. And again, I'm going to say this for the 100th time. Nothing that he's seen done is condonable. It's not justified at all. Don't put your hands on a woman. Women, don't put your hands on a man. But, Cassie has to take some responsibility for the role that she played in the situation. Meaning, after the first time it happened, you should have left. And this is, and again, I'm not a female, so, I can't say what a person fully should have did or didn't do, but I will say it makes your argument look better. Instead, you leave the door open for people to have criticism of saying, well, you went back. Oh, you didn't care when he was buying you cars and he was buying you apartments and all this other shit, which does not justify getting beat on or abused. It doesn't. But my point and my main point of what I just said is everybody plays a role in every single situation, good or bad, in life. And the quicker that you are to take accountability of the role that you played in every situation, that's when you can own your truth. You know what I mean? Now, again, back to his apology. Do I believe that it was sincere? Not really. That's just my opinion. I believe, like I said, he's apologizing because he got caught. Ain't no telling what the fuck else you done did behind closed doors that you haven't apologized for, or who you've done shit to that you haven't apologized for. But again, when we see one incident on camera, it opens up the door for us to think whatever we want to think. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like he's apologizing because it's all over the news and he's been feeling the pressure for many months now. And other people are coming forward now, and usually where there's smoke, there's fire. But again, I myself have been in situations where one action led to a person being able to make up whatever narrative that they wanted to, even to this day. And when I hear some of this shit, I'm just like, bitch, you're a fucking liar. You know what I'm saying? But nobody will ever know the truth but God and me and that person. You know what I mean? So I can't sit here and crucify this dude. I can't sit here and judge this man because only God can. I'm a firm believer of that. Only God can judge you. You know what I mean? But we can have an opinion about it. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's out there. It's public now. It's public records now. You know what I'm saying? But my point is like, that's between him and God and her. He don't owe us no kind of apology or forgiveness. He owes anybody that he's done wrong an apology, and those are the only people that he should be asking for forgiveness. The public is going to crucify you whether you apologize or whether you stay silent. You can't win in certain situations, especially when it comes to violence against women or children, and it's caught on tape, bruh. So, hey, you made your own bed. You got to lay in it. But we don't want to hear that, oh, I reached rock bottom type shit, bruh. You're a multimillionaire, bruh. You could have, like I said, came out and owned your truth at any given time, and this probably wouldn't be as bad as it is, Cassie, you could have left at any time after the first time, or maybe even the second time, or maybe even the third time. You know what I'm saying? There's something called free will. Now, again, there's been other celebrities that have done way worse shit and we've forgiven them. You probably know some people in your real life who have done way worse shit than what this man is getting crucified for and what y'all might be crucifying him online for, and you've forgiven them. So, he doesn't need our forgiveness. He needs the forgiveness of his victims, of anybody that we do know about and what we don't know about. He don't need to apologize to me. Like, I could care less about that nigga's life. You feel me? It's just content right now for me. I don't give a fuck. Whether he beat her or whether he not, that's their business. You know what I'm saying? It's not right at all. But, just because there's no video of Cassie initiating physical assault on him, as people have said happened close to him, is always three sides to the story: his, hers, and the truth. And it's not looking too good for him when he's on camera. But like I said, man, I'm more of a free thinker, and I think more than just the surface level, being that I've been in so many different types of relationships and situationships, and I've seen it all. Every damn scenario y'all can think of, I've seen in a relationship. And that's why we loved R. Kelly's music so much, because, he had a song for every situation that you can deal with in a relationship, and even with him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, do I feel like he was doing weird shit? Yeah, where there's some smoke, there's some fire. But am I going to sit here and say I believe every single thing that was said about R. Kelly or every single thing about Diddy? No, I don't. I believe a lot of that shit. Don't get me wrong. But I don't believe everything because, ain't no hell have no fury like a woman scorn. And when you do one or two things, it opens up the door to people to say you did 5 or 6 things, even if you didn't. So that's his fault. You know what I mean? But again, this is not a video to crucify him, because nobody's perfect. Nobody watching this is perfect. And what you might think is not on the level of what he did, somebody else watching this might be like, no, that's even, what you did was even worse than what he did. And some people might think, no, it ain't, So, hey, man, everybody's going to have their own opinion, including me. I just want to know, Do y'all think he was sorry, or do you think he was sorry that he got caught? It's your boy Sack the King, man. Hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. I just try to give y'all, more than a one-sided opinion about every observational opinion that you see me post. Go in some of them playlists and watch them all. But sometimes I'm going to play devil's advocate too, because nobody is perfect at the end of the day, but we're going to try to keep it as close to 1,000, not 100, 1,000 as we can on this channel, man. And I appreciate everybody subscribing. I appreciate everybody viewing. I appreciate everybody engaging, whether it's positive or negative. Cool, man. It keeps me in the algorithm, man. So salute to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button. It's King.